Hi, welcome to another pick a card. This one will be focusing on the coming eclipse this Wednesday, May 26th. Eclipse season. There's an eclipse season every summer and every winter. They are always in a series, like there's going to be the eclipse Wednesday, then there will be another one later in June. I don't remember what the exact date. But yeah, we're coming into that. And so this is going to be talking about what's coming for you or what you should expect during this eclipse. So I have 3 piles. Pile 1 with the Petrified Wood. Pile 2, the Black Tourmaline. Pile 3, Pink Opal. And I will, as per usual, I will insert a overhead image of all of the groups so that you have time to decide which one you want or decide which one works for you. Use your intuition. Go towards what feels right, okay? Intuition first. Okay. So, for those of you that chose pile 1, this is my Petrified Wood. I picked it because this kind of looks like Africa to me. And it's a little purple on this side. Petrified wood is wood that has literally been agatized, so it is wood that over time became replaced by minerals, and now it is a rock. So, like, literally, this is what the wood looks like, but now it is a stone instead of wood. You can still kind of see what like the bark looked like on the outside. It's very grounding to me. It's when I hold it, I feel like I'm sinking into the earth, but not in an overwhelming way. Like, it's grounding without feeling like too much. Like, sometimes for me, I can't use Black Tourmaline because it's like too heavy and I feel like too grounded, like I'm disconnected almost. But this is like a good, like, light grounding, you know? And so I'm going to put this aside and we're going to get started on your reading for what's coming to you this solar eclipse. Not solar, it's a lunar eclipse. Anyway, I got a new tarot deck. This is the Elemental Power Tarot, and this is what I'll be starting with. And then I think I'm going to use the Prisma Visions Tarot for clarifying today. That was a bit much. Oops. Alright, that's too many cards. Please, one card at a time. Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Swords. Two of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the Star. On the bottom of the deck, Death. What's under Death? The Tower. So, and the Hermit. Okay, so big Mars energy. Aries, Scorpio, or you might just have a prominent Mars in your chart. Scorpio rising and Sun. Yeah. It's been a long. What I was hearing, there's a song, I forgot what it's called, but it's been a long time coming. Oh, A Change Gonna Come by Sam Cooke. That's what it is. That's the song I was hearing. Okay, it's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Okay, so this eclipse is bringing in for you a lot of change that you've been waiting for. I think particularly mentally. I don't see this as being something physical, like a change in your environment or a change, like your work situation or a change in like living. I think this is a change in your like mindset, a change in like your mental health, something like that. Like I think you're gonna really be finding a lot of internal balance, like in your mind. I think something, I don't know, but maybe you've been having a hard time making a decision about something with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is about like prioritizing and like weighing your options and also like balancing things as well. When stuff is a little unstable, and I think you may have been feeling a little like mentally not all there, or like not mentally sound, like, you know. I feel like there's been a lot of like internal conflict, and I think a lot of it is like you being down on yourself for like not being good enough, you know, you being down on yourself for like not doing well, you know, like being like, ugh, why can't I just be better? So with the Five of Swords here, I think part of what's happening with this eclipse is like kind of an acceptance of self, if that makes sense. And because the star is like, the star as a card is an acceptance of like your true self, a merging of your true self. It's like letting go of all of these like built up projections and built up foundations that don't serve you, so that you can become your truest self. Okay, and I think that with this eclipse you're going to be because we have the death and the Tower on the bottom of the deck here. Death and the Tower. Big Scorpio energy here. Okay, I'm getting Scorpio rising real strong. But you've been like, in the Hermit is under that, so you've been like spending a lot of time alone recently, really trying to like get things together and make things make sense for you, like really trying to like get your perspective together and figure out like what's best for you, figuring out how to be better. But like a lot of this has been spent being hard on yourself, you know. And I think oh, it looks really green in my room right now. It's so odd. Anyway, I feel like you've been afraid of making decisions because you feel like you are not mentally sound enough to like make the right one or something like that. But I do think you'll be accepting more of yourself and accepting that like mental health issues don't just go away, you know. They don't just fade into the background. You can't like just get rid of them. In a lot of circumstances, they are part of you for forever, you know. Like it's something you always have to deal with, so it's something that you have to learn to accept, and learn how to like cope with, you know. It's not something that you can just like will away. And I think that you're coming to that with this it's Wheel of Fortune and Star sandwiching this. I think you're coming to realize that like part of the key with this decision is like learning how to balance, okay, one, accepting that this isn't going away, and number two, realizing that you can't put everything on hold because you're not doing well. Like you're never going to be doing perfect, you know, like you'll be doing well, but like things cycle, you know. And I think that'll be a really healing experience for you. And I think you're going to be taking on a little bit more of a positive mindset. The Wheel of Fortune is real. Oh. You guys have been having a hard time speaking your mind. You have a lot of things that you need to say. I have a tickle in my throat, and I didn't until just now. You have a lot of things you need to say, and you haven't been speaking up. You haven't been saying what you want, or like going for things because you feel like you're not good enough, or you feel like you're not well enough, you know. And that's just, you're holding yourself back. And I understand it, because it's like you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you can't like do your best, you know. But like in a lot of these cases, it's not something that goes away. It's chronic, you know. So you just have to accept it as part of yourself, and like understand. And if this is in regards to people, like if these are people you want to have in your life, they also have to understand that this is something that happens, you know. And you can't like hide it away forever. That's not how that works. Yeah. And I feel like I'm gonna get some clarifying cards before I like say too much, you know. Now y'all have a lot to say that you haven't been saying, and I just need you to speak your mind, please. Like don't like wait for it, just do it. Ten of Cups, Three of Cups on the Wheel of Fortune. You can't really see it. Chariot on the Ace of Swords. The Hangman on the Two of Pentacles. Ace of Swords and Queen of Swords on the Five of Swords. The World on the Star. Oh, that's nice. On the bottom of the deck we have the Fool. Alright, so you guys are about to take a leap of faith in some direction. I think for a lot of you, this decision has to do with another person, or like people in your life in particular, because there's a Three of Cups and the Ten of Cups, and both of those are cards that encapsulate like reunion, spending time with people, like family, those kinds of things. And I think what's coming for you is like this feeling of emotional fulfillment and just like pure happiness as a result of you choosing to speak your mind and choosing to say what you have to say and choosing to express yourself, you know, after finding some kind of like balance, you know. Because we also have the Hangman on the Two of Pentacles, and that tells me that, and that's at the center of the reading, okay? So that what that tells me is that you guys have really, the main issue here has been feeling really stuck and not really being able to balance all these aspects of yourself and all these different things in the material world. You've been very caught up in the practical, you know, and not caught up in, like very caught up in the practical and kind of ignoring like, maybe not ignoring, but like, yeah, I'm gonna say ignoring, or choosing not to focus on like the spiritual and emotional aspects of things, and instead looking at like everything that is exactly as it is, which in some cases can be really helpful, but sometimes that can just kind of hold you back because it makes it really hard to see the possibilities and really hard to like use your imagination and like see what could be, and not necessarily like what is. Like what could be isn't necessarily what is at this moment, you know. Like there's so much more than what you think there is in the world, you know. And with this Ten of Cups and Three of Pentacles, not Three of Pentacles, and Three of Cups on the Wheel of Fortune, I just feel like this change is going to be really fulfilling for you, like, gonna be feeling really happy. I think you might be able to spend some time and see some people and talk to some people that you haven't talked to in a long time, because you're getting yourself out of this hermit phase. I think you've been really key. Like, I know I've known people who have had a lot of issues like depression, anxiety, other, and like other mental issues, and they, sorry, I'm just, my cat is doing too much. He's doing a lot right now. And I've known people who like will distance themselves and like hide away from people because they're afraid of someone like catching their mental illness, you know, like infecting people with it somehow. But that's not how that works. You know, and I understand the feeling of it in the moment. Like, it's like, oh, I don't want to bring you down. But at the same time, it's probably not helping you either to be staying away from people, because a lot of times this isolation makes it worse, you know, and it's better to spend time with others, even though it doesn't feel like it in the moment, you know, even though that just, you don't have the energy for it, or you don't have the motivation for it. And I also feel like you may have felt like recently that you haven't been like living up to the expectations, or like not giving people what they deserve. And you may overcompensate for that, but I feel like you may be the kind of person who like disappears for a while and then pops up and like does and socializes with so many people, makes so many plans, does so much, and then like you burn yourself out and then you disappear again. And what's missing here is like balance and moderation and understanding that, like, and I guess figuring out how to find that balance between taking care of yourself and taking care of your like mental and emotional capabilities while still having those interactions with people. The thing is, it's okay, like, yeah, it feels very like all or nothing. It doesn't always have to be that way, but I know it's hard to see outside of that sometimes. So it's very easy to slip into like black and white thinking. But it's really, the thing is, honesty starts with the self. You have to be honest with yourself about things before you're able to be honest with others. And maybe some of this doing so much in all these like other times in your life. So like the moments when you're like going out of your way, spending lots of time with people, hanging out with lots of people. Maybe there are times when you don't want to, and you don't say no because you feel bad. But it's okay to say no, because I think in holding up those boundaries and being honest about when you don't have the energy, when you don't have the time that allows you to sustain this like social obligations longer, where you don't burn yourself out as quickly, you know. But you still get to, but yeah, you don't burn out as quickly. And what was I gonna say? I lost it. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep going. But with this, finding this balance and like accepting yourself as who you are, like this feels like real, true self acceptance of who you are as an individual. Okay, with the world and the world, the star, the fool. Like this feels like real self acceptance, because I think, one, you'll be speaking your mind more clearly, and you'll be like being more honest with people. And I think you'll be more firm about the boundaries you set with others, which allows you to have a lot of freedom to be who you are and to be yourself, you know, especially with the world and the star. I think you, maybe when you're doing all these, maybe when you're again in that phase of like, all right, I need to do these things, I feel bad, I've been like MIA, I need to make up for it. Maybe in those moments you do a lot of people pleasing and a lot of like doing more than you should, or like, I don't know, it's like in an effort to not be like, you deprioritize yourself, you deprioritize your needs, you deprioritize what's important to you, and you deprioritize your happiness, and you don't have any room or any energy for yourself and to do the things that make you happy, you know. And I think you'll be setting more boundaries with others, saying no more, which will then, and being more like, and allowing yourself more time to ground, which then allows you to have more freedom to be yourself, more freedom to explore all of these things, like all the things you want to explore. There's a lot out there for you with the World card here. the world and the Fool. We have the beginning and the end. So like this is the oh my goodness. The World, the Fool, Death, the Wheel of Fortune, and we also have the Ten of Cups. These are all cards of ace, two aces. So beginnings and endings. We are ending and begin like you are ending a cycle and beginning a new one. You are ending this cycle of people pleasing, this cycle of not being honest with yourself, a cycle of not being honest with others. Well, not being honest with others because you're not being honest with yourself. You're ending all of these cycles, which allows you to dive into this whole new one where you're so free and open and you're able to have access to happiness that you didn't think was possible. Because you figured out, it's like you had this, it's like you've had this realization, or you will have this realization. I don't know if you've had it yet, but you are in the process of, it's like, I only live one life, and if I live my life constantly like trying to please others and take care of others and not taking care of myself, then I'll never be happy. You know, if I don't like, and I think what happens is you end up doing all these things for people, and you don't, like I already said, you don't do the things that make you happy, and then you're unfulfilled and you're drained. When you don't give yourself time to do the things that you want to do and to make yourself happy and to bring yourself that fulfillment, then it from my own personal experience, it's so draining. Like I feel so much more energized when I am like doing things that I love to do, like sitting out in nature, making art, playing music. And it's hard because these are the things that bring you energy and that excite you, but like the process of getting yourself to do them takes, it's so hard to make yourself do them because you already don't have energy, but then you do them and then you have energy. And it's just like this endless cycle of not feeling good enough or not feeling, and just like being down on yourself. It's just endless, and then and I think when you start to accept yourself and accept your needs and accept like I need like an exceptional amount of time alone, accept like I need to do these things, like I need to move, I need to go outside, I need to make these, like these are all these things I need to spend time with, like these kinds of people, like these are things that I need to do in order to make sure that my life is running smoothly and to make sure that I am taken care of. And you have had a hard time doing that in the past, but I think with this eclipse you're moving past that. And I think you probably had like a throat chakra blockage or something, or you still do because I still have this tickle. You're working through a blockage of your throat chakra, and the throat chakra is where who we are as an individual connects with the rest of the world. It's where our vibration impacts the vibrations of the people around us, and so that's where we express ourselves, that's where we speak. The element of the throat chakra is sound. Okay, and by you speaking and grounding yourself and saying what you need to say, you'll feel so much better and so much more grounded and so much happier. Because I'm not saying that you're a dishonest person. Well, okay, I'm not saying you're a liar, but I think in the effort of people pleasing, you have been being dishonest with yourself, and when you start being dishonest with yourself, it just builds up. You build up, like you just end up in this like web of lies and web of dishonesty and just like all of this. And I think all of that's going to come crashing down, but in a good way, in a way where you feel relieved and happy because you're able to just like be. You don't have to worry about like, oh, I said I'd do this, but I'm not going to do, like, just you don't have to worry about any of that anymore, I feel. And it's because of, with two Ace of Swords here, because of an opening in your communication, because of you speaking up, being very real, being very honest. And I think I think maybe what triggered this is with the Five of Swords here. I think you may have had some conflict, or at least some like difficult conversations where you feel, or you may have felt like someone was being cold towards you. you know? And I feel like maybe you felt a little betrayed or hurt in the process, but I think a lot, maybe this was caused by this indecision with the Two of Pentacles here, you know? And I think this thing that happened may have been what triggered you or is triggering you to open up and to speak up and to be more honest with yourself and with others. Let's get, oh, we're at 24 minutes. I want to get more cards though because this is juicy. I'm having fun. I'm gonna pull some cards from the Thoth tarot deck. 3 tarot decks. Why not? Wheel of Fortune again. Wow. Four of Swords. Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. Look at that. 9 of Cups and Judgment. Eight of Wands. Okay, so once this change, and the Five of Swords on the bottom. Once this change starts going, top of the deck we have the Lovers. Once this change gets going, it ain't stopping. And this is a big shift for you. It's like you feel like your life is just starting. You know, like you had this realization and now it's like, oh, this is what life is like. This is what life can be like. You know? And for some of you, I do think that there will be some like reconnections with people you've been dating or like loved ones, whatever. I think that there will be some reconnections there, and that will bring you a lot of happiness. I also think that it's something you've been really meditating on. I think you've come to peace with the things that you have to say, the decisions you have to make. You've like been really, I think you've been really thinking it over with the Four of Swords right here, and you've come to peace with it, which is making it easier for you to speak up and do what you need to do. And you come to this really like balanced. No, I've already talked about balance, but like you're coming to this really balanced point where you've like the Four of Swords is healing from the Three of Swords, right? So you have been in the Three of Swords energy of feeling hurt by like what people say or like hurt by your own mind and miscommunication and like being let down, just like all of these feelings of pain and hurt and disappointment. And I think you've been going through a healing process with that, which has helped you find more balance in yourself and more honesty, not more honesty, more balance within yourself. And then with the Ace of Discs and the Sun, you're coming to like the point that you're coming to is a point of like real, like this will bring more opportunities for you, more opportunities for happiness, more opportunities for expansion, more opportunities for like success, opportunities to like feel like your true self, you know, and to really let yourself kind of indulge a little bit, like treat yourself a little bit to, I don't know, some physical pleasures, to I don't know, which tangible pleasures. Let yourself indulge a little bit. I think you'll be doing that more. but in a way where you're not like feeling guilty about it or feeling bad about it. You're doing it because you're like, you know what, this is what I need to do, and that's okay. And then we also have Judgment and the Nine of Pentacles. And I think the thing is like you're so tired of feeling unsatisfied and unhappy with yourself. Like you're so tired of feeling so down on yourself and unfulfilled because of living up to other people's standards. If you're always living up to other people's standards and always finding your happiness in what other people want from you, then you'll never really be happy. Because where is the room for you? You know, because where is your happiness? Where is like be selfish sometimes. It's okay. Because you have to find the happiness within yourself before you can find that happiness with others. You have to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. That's how that works. It's okay, and I think you'll be realizing that. And I think with this shift, I think once you start, like I said, once you get going, you ain't gonna stop. It's just gonna keep going, and you're gonna shift into this new energy so quickly. This new like happy, uplifted, like forward moving energy where you feel so free from like obligation. I don't know what you've been obliged to. I think it's just people and situations and like just so many things. You feel so obligated. And I just think with this eclipse, you're saying bye to that. Who needs that? I don't need that. Okay. I want to pull some Oracle. Rumi Oracle. That's the one. Rumi. I haven't used this deck in a reading in a minute. Reading for YouTube. I use it for myself a lot because I really like it. Okay. I get one card because the descriptions of these is very long, and I always read from the book for the videos for this deck because I think I need to. Just me too. No. Number 18. A new gown. On the bottom of the deck is the right choice. So, for the confirmation, whatever decision you're making, this decision to free yourself, this decision to be a little selfish, to do what makes you happy, it's the right decision. Okay, so take that as confirmation. I'm now going to read from the book for you. A new gown, number 18. Which is also number 9, which is the ending of cycles. Okay. Weary and consumed by longing, I was caressed by my beloved last night. My wounded soul was set free when I tasted the sweetness of love. My spirit was lifted at once. I surrendered my life while overflowing with joy, and my vision was filled with light. Love said, "Don't feel so hopeless, my weary and gloomy one, for my generosity is beyond forgetting those devoted to me. See how boundless divine justice can be. Behold my immeasurable kindness." Love embraced my spirit, and all my doubts vanished at once. A new and glorious robe of honor was placed on my shoulders. Love offered me the power of new vision and the transforming touch of divine generosity, and placed the chalice of eternal wine in my hand. I have the perfect gift for you. It is a gown of new colors, of colors perfectly suited to you and no other. The colors of this gown will make your eyes sparkle and gleam as though they were more beautiful than the most precious of gems. The colors of this new gown will make your skin seem luminous as if lit from within. For of course it is, beautiful angel. Your complexion is radiant with the light of life. Your hair will shine with luster, and your entire being will be complemented by this gown as it enhances your beauty in all ways. So hold on no longer to that shabby, tattered cloak so unworthy of you. Cast it off. Let me grace your shoulders now with this royal robe instead, that you may shine beautifully as befits a royal child of divine parentage. Ah, beloved, if you could only see the incredible gift, the symbolic robe being offered to you now. Your fears would quake and tremble, disappearing more quickly than you could imagine. Your heart would take wings and become so light your entire being would lift clean off the ground and soar like an angel bird amongst the playground of the Divine Mother's skies. Yet, like a young one, so much younger than your years and wisdom warrant, you may hold on to your tattered robes as though they were a security blanket. Though you know it is time to let it go, you may take pause and have a moment of doubt. You may wonder if the new robes will descend swiftly enough, or that without what you have known to cling on to, you will be left stark naked, exposed, and vulnerable. These thoughts are not worthy of your status, but perhaps you are yet to realize you are of the most sublime royal lineage, that you are worthy of a cloak of galaxies, of crowned stars, a body of sacred earth and voice-stirring music. You may be craning your neck to see who it is that can bestow permission upon you to receive a gift of such dignity, and in whom is such authority vested, that you may no longer be as the beggar, asking for scraps and contenting yourself with stale crumbs. You may simply decide to shed that, stand up to walk with your head held erect and regal grace, and assume your place at the table of divine feasting. Remember that your royal birth certificate is stamped in your heart. There is no authority required, no permission to be granted. You are what you are already, and always have been thus. All this is required from you is to realize it. This oracle comes to you with sacred portent. You are fast approaching a moment of a great leap, an evolutionary shift in your spiritual path. Your sense of self and your divine identity is about to be revealed and realized in a way more potent than ever before. This is wonderful. This is a divine happening. You must allow it. Do not confuse humility with humiliation. Do not humble yourself excessively. You do not have to battle with false pride either. Simply honor yourself as a living being worthy of life, worthy of this royal path of divine realization. What a gift it is to cast aside belief in inferiority and superiority, unhelpful as those notions are for you now. What a gift instead to embrace your own path, irrespective of what any other may think, whether they hold it in glory or derision. Who cares? Not you, nor I. Your royal heritage has been revealed, and in seeing the divinity within yourself, you become blessed to see it in all beings returning to the realization of royalty within. Crazed searching outside of the heart will come to an end. A simple golden path will be found, as though a river of molten gold flows from your heart back to the oceanic heart of the great beloved, where united again you will finally ascend your throne and claim your divinity once and for always. This oracle comes with sacred guidance for you. You are stepping into empowerment in a new way, and it is to be honored. Do not allow yourself to be dragged into dramas or power games. You are worth so much more than that. You are tapping into your inner dignity, and others may not know how to respond. Some will respond with love and acknowledgement, others with fear and judgment, calling you too big for your boots or high and mighty. Those are voices of fear, not truth. Be in your dignity and power and keep going. It is the divine that urges you thus, not the ego. Do not doubt the changes happening within you now. Embrace them. And that oracle just summed up exactly what I said. You're coming into this new phase of being your true self, allowing yourself to just be who you are and who you always have been. There have been so many layers built up outside of you, all of these falsities and lies and projections that have been built up, and where you aren't even happy because you're putting in so much energy trying to fill in the void or the mold that someone else built for you, which isn't even you. Okay? And it's a gift, and I think it'll be really difficult at first because there's so many expectations, but I think ultimately it's what will make you happy, and I think it will also bring you on the path that you are meant to be on. You're being redirected, and I think you're just going to feel so much happier and so much more true to yourself. Don't question it. Let yourself go with it, you know? Because a lot of this, it's like a true act of self-love, you know? And the people who are meant to be in your life with this change will continue to be there. But the people who can't deal with it, then, you know, it is what it is. You either accept me or you don't. But yeah, that's your reading. Thank you for listening. This is really amazing. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, whatever. I hope that this was helpful for you. Hello, group 2. Welcome to your reading. You picked the Black Tourmaline. This is a stone I like to refer to as like a bodyguard in a stone. It's very protective. It repels negative energy. It also transforms negative energy into a like lighter, more positive energy that's easier to handle and deal with. It's something that I wear all the time. Like I have this bracelet right here. It's a very useful stone to have. It's incredibly grounding. It has like a stoic kind of energy, I guess. But highly recommend it for protection. Maybe it's something that you should work with. You know? And so now I'm going to move into your reading. So I am wearing like a different shirt than the intro, but that's because I took like a couple day break because pile 1's reading was a lot and I could not do another one afterwards. No, it's crooked. Okay. That's a little better. Is it still crooked? No, it's okay. Okay. Time for your reading. I'm starting with the Elemental Power Tarot, which is my new tarot deck that I just got like last week. Benevolent Ancestors. We're going to see what's coming for you with this eclipse on Wednesday, May 26th. Star. Okay, that's too much, but I will take this one. The Emperor. Ten of Swords. Six of Swords. Not Six of Swords. Six of Pentacles. Wait, one more. And the Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. There you go. Okay, so you guys have been really working on finding a greater sense of stability within yourself. I think it feels like you've been really struggling with maybe allowing people to help you when you need it, because the Emperor energy is the Emperor is someone, okay, just so you know, I don't take reversals, so, well, I mean, unless, I don't take reversals unless they come out that way, but I don't shuffle in a way that I put reversals in my deck. Okay, so there are no reversals here, but the Emperor energy is something that would normally be read with reversal. Anyway, the Emperor is a card of stability of like this caretaking, this like paternal, almost paternal figure, someone who provides like a provider energy, you know. And like it's a very stable, very secure energy, very protective. And I think you have been going through this healing process and trying to like bring the stability within yourself. But sometimes when that energy is overworked, then it can be someone who like doesn't like accepting help. It can be someone who only likes to rely on themselves, someone who is very focused on the material, you know. And I think that with the Ten of Swords at the center of your reading, that this may be something you've been struggling with, is like maintaining your stability and not really wanting to accept outside help for that. But I think it's really important to ask for help when you need it. And I think with this eclipse, you're going to be coming to a time where you have to open up and where you have to express these needs, especially with the Six of Pentacles here, because the Six of Pentacles is a card of like, it can be a card of like equal give and take with there's usually scales in it, but it's also a card of like charity and giving. And I'm not saying that you're a charity or anything like that, but I am saying that it can mean that you have to you may find yourself reaching out to someone or have someone reaching out to you to offer assistance in the material world. Maybe someone that wants to give you money, someone that wants to like take a load off of your situation a little bit. But I think you will find yourself being very resistant to that because you see for yourself in the future, you see a very stable, secure future where you only have to rely on yourself and your own passions and those things. That's not how life works. You know, humans are very social creatures, and sometimes we need to rely on other people. Sometimes we need help from others to in order to keep going. You know, we can't always solely rely on ourselves. And so with the star here, I think you'll be maybe healing some of that energy, because the Ten of Swords, that's the end, you know, like, I mean, a new cycle starts after that, but that's the end. You have all the swords in your back, you're like laying down, you've been hurt, you feel betrayed. But I think part of this betrayal is you've been really betraying yourself almost in this effort of trying to really stay in your comfort zone, you know, and then trying to like appear very stable and secure and not really wanting to reach out, because I think you may view this reaching out as like a form of weakness. But it's not weakness to know when you need help. It's foolish to not ask for help when you need it, especially when asking from people who are more than willing to give it to you and don't really have any expectation of like reciprocation. And so I think it's important for you to learn how to reach that out. I'm also drawn to this like octopus here, and octopus, they have eight arms, but they're octopus. And I think that there are a lot of people that would love to reach out and support you and to give you the assistance that you need, especially I think in regards, because I think that this instability for you has been causing you a lot of distress mentally and emotionally. But there are people who would love to help you. All you have to do is ask, you know. I've been saying this in a few of my previous videos and also in my TikToks. Like, closed mouths don't get fed. You have to speak up and say what you need in order to get what you need. And just sitting there and being like, oh, why is something happening? Why is something happening? It's like that cartoon that you see where someone is like drowning in the ocean and like a boat comes by and is like, can you, and it's like, do you need help? And he's like, no, God will save me. And another boat comes by and like, do you need help? And they're like, no, God will save me. But like, maybe the universe helping you is them sending someone your way who can give you the assistance that you need. Maybe the universe, maybe for some of you, this might not even be material stability. This could be like mental and emotional stability. Maybe there's someone that you need to rely on emotionally or mentally, like someone you need to talk to or reach out to help you feel more stable and secure. And maybe the universe's way of providing that for you was by sending someone your way. And by ignoring that, then it's not what you thought it was going to be. You know, it's not like maybe you expected to like suddenly feel better or suddenly like be clear-minded or something like that. But that's not how that works. Well, I'm not saying that's not how that works, but like maybe that's not what you needed at the time. Maybe what you need is another person to rely on, to like be interdependent with, you know. someone that you can lean on every once in a while. And you know, sometimes we ask for things and it comes, but it's not necessarily in the form that we thought it was going to come in, you know? And it can be hard to accept it, but I think by not accepting it, then it's foolish. Because whatever this is, the Page of Pentacles on the bottom, it is, like, it may seem small, but it's something that long term will really help you out and help you feel at least a little more secure in yourself and feel more like proud of yourself, and also help you with like any like opportunities in the future, career opportunities. I think whatever this is, this assistance that is being offered to you, or like this support that's being offered to you, it's something that will really help you out when it comes to like being able to pursue your dreams and your career. It'll really give you the support that you need. And so now I'm going to move on, get some clarifying cards using my Prisma Visions Tarot. Ace of Wands, star. The Devil on the Emperor. Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Oh, Eight of Pentacles, I mean. Knight of Swords on the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Swords on the Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck we have the Sun and the Four of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Okay. So, as I was saying, you're someone who's really used to like being able to, you really pride yourself. You are someone with a really big ego. Okay, and so you really pride yourself on being able to really support yourself and do what you need to do for yourself, and like be able to go after what you want. And like, I feel like you really also pride yourself on being very intelligent as well, with the Ace of Wands and the Star. I don't know why, but that is a feeling that I have. And you really, again, you pride yourself on really being like self-sustaining, on being like really true to who you are. Like, I do what I need to do. I am independent, and I am secure, and I am hardworking, and I can do all of these things. I don't need anybody. And that's the vibe that I get here, especially with the Devil on the Emperor. The Devil on the Emperor is someone who can easily be very controlling. You know, someone who doesn't like to let other people do things. Someone who likes to be in full control of their situation and like and everything that's happening around them. And someone who like is sometimes even like a slave to their own ego. You know, like not even necessarily ego, like their own persona, like someone who is doing a lot to maintain this outer image that they want other people to see them as, you know. And I think a lot of this is because you have this, I feel like you may have fought really hard to reach this really secure sense of self where you know who you are and you know what you want, and like you can rely on yourself and you're fine. I think that's something that you have worked really hard on. But you are working yourself into the ground here. The Eight of Pentacles on the Ten of Swords, you're working and working, and it's like you're running on E, you're running on empty, and you can't keep doing this because you're just gonna burn yourself out, you know. And I think the universe's way of helping you is by sending along this assistance, whether that be a person or or that be like emotional, like mental, physical, just some kind of support. They sent support your way and you've been ignoring it. And with the eclipse, you're not gonna be able to ignore it anymore. And I don't really know what exactly it is, but you won't, that's not, you you won't be able to. You're gonna have to really reach out and express, like, I just be really honest and truthful with the Knight of Swords on the Six of Pentacles, and really have to say, like, but like expressing something, like, I need help, or like I need assistance, or like could you support me in this way, or like just something, you know. You're gonna have to reach out, or someone else will reach out. I don't know, but I do get the feeling that you're gonna have to be the one that takes that action, because I feel like this is something that has been sent your way already, and you've been ignoring it or not giving it the attention that it is deserving of. But I think this is what's going to really help you with moving forward. Like, it'll really give you the energy with pushing forward and being able to reach that success that you want in the future. Because under the sun, we have the Four of Cups and the Seven of Swords. And by ignoring this opportunity, or by ignoring this assistance that's being offered to you, you are doing yourself a great disservice. It's self-sabotage, really. You know, it's like, okay, I see this here, but I'm not going to take it because I'm too prideful, or my ego's too big for me to, like, I can't see past my own, like it's like someone who feels like if they have to rely on anybody at all, then they are worthless. But that's not true. You know? And I also have the Wheel of Fortune here. Wheel of Fortune, Page of Pentacles, and the Magician underneath those other three cards. You know what? I'm gonna take them. The Sun, Page of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. I'll have to do this different. The Sun, Four of Cups, Seven of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Pentacles, the Magician. And I think that this is something that you have been trying to manifest, and I think that you were hoping that it would be something that would let you, like, just do it on your own, but the universe said no. The universe said no. They said, I know you'd love to be able to do this on your own, but you won't, but that's not what's happening for you. What you need is someone else to rely on. You know? Because the success will come when you are able to get out of this self-sabotaging, like, sneaky, like, dishonest energy. You need to be real with yourself and be honest with yourself. I think a lot of this eclipse will be about releasing, because it's okay. Because this eclipse is happening during Mercury retrograde, while Mercury is conjunct Venus, I think it will have a lot to do with our relationships with other people and how we rely on other people, and reassessing our communication, reassessing, like, how we navigate our day to day and how we interact with people in that sense, and like especially like how just honesty, because again, Mercury retrograde in Gemini, that's all mercurial, you know. And so a lot of this is about, like, truths coming to light, being very real with yourself, being very honest, you know, being very real about, like, your purest self, you know. And sometimes we need help from other people, and that just is what it is. I've had to learn that myself. My moon is in Capricorn. I'm a Scorpio. I don't like reaching out for help. I don't like asking for assistance when I need it. I have a really hard time connecting to, like, what I need sometimes. But that's something I've had to learn over the past few years, is sometimes you just need to reach out and ask for help. Sometimes you need to speak up. Sometimes you need to do these things and advocate for yourself, because there's no other way for it to work, you know. Sometimes you need to rely on other people. Like, I just graduated. I wouldn't have graduated if I wasn't reaching out to my professors and reaching out to people and getting the assistance that I needed, if I wasn't advocating for myself. If I didn't let myself rely on others, if I didn't let people in to help me, then I wouldn't have finished. You know. And so sometimes that's what you need to do to find your success. And it can be really hard, especially when you're very guarded, or if you're someone who's grown up, like, learning to be very independent, or someone who, like, hasn't been able to rely on people in the past, or has, like, attachment issues or something. It can be really hard to do that, but it's something that you need to learn, because humans are social, and you do need to rely on other people sometimes. It just is what it is. And like, by it can be, sometimes it can be hard to be, like, to realize that relying on other people doesn't necessarily mean being, like, fully dependent on them. You know, relying on someone isn't the same as being, like, codependent with someone, you know. It's not the same thing. And so I think that this eclipse is going to be really pushing you to, like, one, allow these things that you've been manifesting to come in, that which then allows you to do what you need to do to be successful. You have the Magician and the Sun here. The universe wants you to do well. The universe wants you to succeed in whatever this is. I think it may be a career field. They want you to do really well, but you can't do that without having a support in place, without having someone there to cheer you on, without having someone there to help you feel good about what you're doing. Okay? You really, like, that push is really important for you. It's like you need a cheerleader in your corner, but you don't want to accept it because you want to be able to do it on your own. And if it's money, you just want to be able to fully support yourself, but sometimes you need to ask for help. It just is. We live in a capitalist society, and it's hard, and money is hard, and, like, bills come up. It's very difficult. So sometimes you need to ask for help, and that's okay. And that's some of what will be coming for you with this eclipse, you know. Because especially with the Four of Cups here, it's like the Four of Cups is someone, it's like the universe is offering you something. Like, there are things in front of you, but you're choosing not to see them. You know, sometimes it can feel like an energy of, like, feeling very ungrateful because, or like feeling like you don't have enough. The things around you are not enough. But when you sit and you allow yourself to, like, be open to these. Anyway, as I was saying, I got a phone call. It can be an energy of being very ungrateful, you know, or like being looking for more when what you have is more than enough. You know, being really unsatisfied, I guess, is the better word for it. But sometimes we need to sit and look at what's around us and realize what we have is more than enough. And then when we realize that, and we are very accepting and grateful for what's around us, then we're able to have more. Because again, like I said, ignoring this is like doing yourself a disservice. The Seven of Swords is a very sneaky energy. It's an energy of, like, it's like it's very maybe okay. It is kind of a sneaky energy, but it can also be an energy of, like, being very calculated, being very thought out. And I think maybe you've been, like, really overthinking the situation and overthinking, like, what could potentially happen if you were to rely on this. Like, am I gonna owe this person something? Like, am I gonna have to, like, change myself? Like, what is actually happening here? I think there's been a lot of overthinking. Like, what is the purpose of this person, like, putting these swords out like this? Or if they're picking them up, why are they picking up what and also they're holding them by the blades. Why? You know, none of it makes sense. Because it's just so much mental overthinking energy, when what you should be doing is allowing yourself to flow with the energy, with the things around you. This feels very stuck. I think you may be a fixed sign. Well, we have a lot of signs here. We have Leo, we have Jupiter, so that's Pisces and Sagittarius, but the Wheel of Fortune is also all the fixed signs. So we have Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. We have Virgo and Gemini with the Magician, because Magician is Mercury. We have Capricorn. We have Aries. We have Aquarius. It's a lot of signs. Anyway, as I was saying, I think you'll be getting out of that by allowing yourself to flow with the energy of the universe around you, of the world around you. You know, letting people help you, letting people in, letting people be close to you, allowing yourself to express things when you need to. You know, like, just being very open and being very honest, and with that, being able to flow smoothly, you know. And that will help you come to the stability, you know, by accepting this pentacle of stability and support being offered to you by the universe or by this person or by whatever. By accepting that, you'll be able to do so much more. It's amazing what you can do with the support of others. Now I'm gonna get more clarifying cards using the Thoth tarot. Yeah. Actually, I have some. All right, back to video. Got my Mountain Dew voltage, and now I'm clarifying with the Thoth deck. Okay. Sorry, I really don't like when the cards get like messy. I need them to be organized. All right, so what more do we have to say about the situation? That was a lot. Page of Wands. Six of Swords. That's the second time the Six of Swords has come out. The Fool. Seven of Cups. And the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Page of Discs. Top of the deck is the Four of Wands. I will take that. Okay. Right, so we have the Fool and the Seven of Cups in the middle of this. Once you accept this thing, I think you might find yourself very enthusiastically going for this opportunity once you're honest with yourself, basically. You know, like once you're real with yourself about like how you feel about it, the fact that you do want this, the fact that it is actually helpful for you, and once you get out of your ego, you will be very enthusiastically open to this thing, you know, to this opportunity, for this whatever it is you think you're going to be very excited for with the Page of Wands here, because I think you're going to see all the possibilities that it brings to you, like the excitement, the passion, it's like it ignites this flame of this fire of passion within you, which makes you really want to go and explore, you know, because it brings you this like sense of like stability and like contentment, and like maybe even like at home, like you feel at home, you know, in some way, and that helps you feel secure enough to take those leaps of faith, to take those jumps, to go see what is available to you, what like to go explore everything with the Fool and the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups sometimes can be viewed as like confusion, but I also view it as like insight, as like there are so many opportunities available and you don't have to be overwhelmed by them. You could just go explore them and see what they are, and like see what's open, see like what's in this cup, what's in that cup, you know, and just taking those leaps and like just exploring and seeing what could happen, you know, because I think ultimately this will bring you so much emotional fulfillment and so much stability and so much excitement. We also have the Four of Wands here. Ace of Cups, Four of Wands. For some of you, I think this is involved. Oh my god. Everybody, okay, pile one and this pile, both of y'all need to figure out your throat chakra situation. You need to be honest with yourself and people around you, because I am tired of coughing, and I'm tired, like I don't cough. Random tickle in my throat only in the middle of this reading and the other reading. Work on your throat chakra. Be honest with yourself. Be real with yourself, because I'm tired. Anyway, so much emotional fulfillment. For some of you, this is involving another person, and allowing yourself to be open to this person being in your life, and allowing yourself to be open to this person giving you, like, supporting you, you know, like letting someone in so they can help you or just support you in some way. So you also have the Four of Wands here. The Four of Wands, there's no people in like this particular image of it, but it's frequently shown with like two people with flower crowns down that are celebrating, and there's like the wands around them, like they're starting to build like a house or something, you know. And it's like this is like ending for the sake of a new beginning, you know, like getting out of this like very solitary energy to move into something that's more secure and solid and happy and like, I don't know, sustainable, because you can't rely completely on yourself ever. I mean, not ever, but like not ever. That was wrong. You can rely completely on yourself. There will always be times where you need to rely on others to help you. It's just always gonna happen. It's always you're just gonna have to accept it. You're gonna have to rely on other people sometimes, and that's okay. Um, you could have Venus in Aries, Venus in Scorpio. Definitely strong Mars Venus energy. So like Aries or Scorpio Venuses. Um, Yeah, and I think it'll also like help you with opening up your heart more, because like not just to like, if this is a person, not just to the person, but also to like the world around you, you know, like open yourself up to passions that you have, things that you would like to pursue but you didn't think were possible, you know, like dreams that you had. It's really going to open you up in that way, and I think that that is like amazing. You should go for it. And I think this will be really like be really fun for you too. We have the 3 of Cups over here. Um, yeah, 3 of Cups. And I think it'd be really fun being able to like pool your resources together and just see what happens. You know, just to see what happens, just to feel things out. You know, just for fun, just to explore. You know, this is the time to be exploratory. Go for it. I love Mountain Dew Voltage. It tastes like Skittles. Anyway, I'm gonna pull for you a Rumi Oracle. I love these cards. And then that will be your reading. So let me pull you one of these and I'll read from the book because these descriptions are amazing. Sacred Union. Wow. So, and bottom of that is Sacred Convergence. So for some of you, this is involving relying on someone else. It's like, for some of you, what happened was you asked the universe to like to help you be more stable and more secure, and they sent you a person, and you said, I ain't asked for this. But the universe said, take it anyway, or else you're not, like, this is what we're giving you. This is you asked for stability, this person is going to help you be stable. Take it. And you don't want it, but this eclipse is you're gonna have to take it. Or at least you're gonna choose to take it. I mean, you have like where is, oh, it's right here. I was looking for the guidebook. Like, you have personal, sorry about the sirens. You have personal freedom and you have free will, but this is what the universe is giving you, and if you don't take it, then like you're gonna just have to deal with being unstable for longer. 19. Sacred Union. Stupefied with bliss, I become without thought. There is no grief in that loss. I gladly surrender my intelligence in favor of this mindlessness. Mindlessness. Oh my god. It is ecstasy, rapture. The sweetness of the union, so sacred, overwhelms my senses. The lover and the beloved are my world. Nothing else exists except this love, this unity of divine masculine and feminine, and the fresh new universe that shall be born from their sacred conjoining. It happens even now, between my body and my spirit, and in yours, and in his over there, and that woman passing by, all creation in sacred rapturous embrace. So shocking and wild, this frenzy of loving delight without limits. Let us be swept away, my beloved, in the passionate loving that renders duality into one, and tips the mind into empty ecstasy. You lucky, lucky angel. You are to be blessed with sacred union. This union is of the lover and the beloved, the masculine and the feminine. That which appears to be opposite will no longer be so. Let me reread that because I just said that so weird. That which appears to be opposite will no longer appear to be so. There is a coming together that is destined and divine. You are to be swept up in a wave of such love. This oracle comes to you as a portent, a sign of that which is to come. and also a confirmation of your spiritual journey thus far. You have been working to integrate masculine and feminine energies within. Oh, perhaps you have not used those words, but you have been attempting to find the balance between living a surrendered life and leading from the heart, and then knowing when to take the initiative to set something in motion, when to put your body, mind, and soul into getting your shoulder behind something to push. You have been working hard to surrender attachment to plans and how you think things should go. Instead, you have intended to show it up for what it is, to seek out the genius of life through unconditional acceptance instead of judging and fearing, resisting what is, as though it were a big mistake, perhaps caused by ignorance within. No, you do not seek to hide from love anymore. You have been learning step by step how to embrace it and allow it to embrace you. What a journey you are taking, beautiful, lucky angel. So your confirmation is thus: you are growing, you are evolving, you are making genuine shifts in consciousness that are allowing you to change the way you are in the world, to become freer, more loving, wilder, more divine. The divine has been seducing you with love and beauty, and now, in your surrendered state, you are seducing the divine. You are calling such passionate devotion in your cause, such clever and capable assistance, such graceful intervention. The divine cannot resist your beauty. So keep going with that sacred surrender. Keep believing in the inner healing path that you are traveling with such success. Accept this confirmation and acknowledgement close to your heart and keep traveling along your path of love. Keep this knowledge in your heart. Are you meeting your beloved? Oh, not are you. You are meeting your beloved. What could be more exciting? The sign comes to you with this oracle in that the sign coming to you with this oracle is that of great love bestowed by the hand of grace. What this means is there is destiny at play in matters of the heart. There is a heart healing and letting go of past obstructions, sufferings, or misunderstandings. You could say, in a way, that the great cosmic matchmaker has taken up your cause. If you are already in a relationship, expect that there will be a healing of that relationship in whatever way needed. You may have no sense of how it is going to play out. It may result in a deepening of commitment to your lover, but it will certainly result in a deepening of your own commitment to love. If you are open to attracting a new and significant relationship into your life, perhaps a life partner, soul friend, or other supporter of your life journey, then the divine is hearing your call and is answering. Let go of your grip. Do not hold onto a particular person or to a particular fear or fantasy. Instead, open your arms as if expecting your lover to run straight into them. For what could be more perfect than the divinely sanctioned relationship entering into your life? It will move you. It is likely through romance, but it could be through soul-satisfying partnership, the soul for whom you have been waiting for, so your life path and heart-inspired work can continue to develop. It could be through the presence of a child or even coming together of your own inner masculine and feminine, so that you finally have a clear sense of your purpose in life and the means through which to take action on it, even if that action is to surrender yet again. This oracle also comes with a particular piece of guidance for you. No matter what has been, what has succeeded, and what has appeared to fail, what has been loved and what has been lost, there is only one truth that will prevail in your life, without failure, without exception, and that is love. It is all you are truly seeking, and it is behind every life experience seeking you. Do not stand back from it. Do not put yourself aside. Turn down your eyes and pretend you cannot be seen by the world. Be bold. Claim the love that is your divine birthright, and know the sacred union is yours, destined in the heavens and blessed by the great beloved. So, as I was saying, this connection that's coming in, this like assistance, is sent to help you be more stable so that you can pursue your passions, so you can pursue the things within your heart desires. Is sent to help support you. And go into it without having expectations. Go into it with just an open heart to just see what happens. Just see where it goes. See how you feel. See, just to see. It's exploratory, Like, don't go into it being like, oh, this is going to be the outcome. Like, I'm going to get hurt, or like, oh my God, we're going to get married. Just like, don't hold on to those expectations. Just go in with an open heart and an open mind and accept that how you feel in that moment. If you feel supported, if you feel good, then let yourself go with it. You know, listen to your heart and listen to your feelings and allow that to guide you to this, because also this is coming because you've been trying to find that balance within, and as you find that balance within, you can have that balance without, like, outside of yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like I said, it might not be love. It could be like it might not be like romantic love. It could be a friend. You know, it could be like a best friend or something, or it could be like a coworker, or like a job, it could be anything. But like whatever this is, if it helps you feel supported, it helps you feel secure, then keep doing it and keep trying to see where it goes. You know, and that's what this eclipse is bringing for you. Thank you for listening to this reading. Thank you for listening to me talk. Let me know if it resonated. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, etc. Thank you, Pile 2. Hello, Pile 3. I'm here with your reading. You picked this really beautiful pink opal. Isn't it pretty? Look at that. Pink opal, to me, feels like a little friend. It has a very soothing energy. When I hold pink opal, I feel like someone is on my heart and they're going like, there. You know? No, it's very good for like soothing fears and like opening your heart up and in a very gentle way. I really like pink opal, and it's also good for like deepening feelings as well. So just another close-up of this, because ain't she pretty? I love this stone. I'm glad that I got it. It makes me so happy. Anyway, it's time for your reading, group 3. This is the Elemental Power Tarot. I don't know why I've been saying tarot like that recently. I never say it like that. Anyway. Too many cards. I'm not taking them. Page of Wands. And a bunch flipped over in here, but I'm not taking those. Seven of Wands. The Tower. What is going on? Doing the most, I see. Four of Swords. Alright, so you guys got 6 cards. Everybody else got 5. But I will take the 6. High Priestess. Ace of Pentacles. And bottom of the deck is the 5 of Swords. Alright. Y'all have been doing the most, or like you may be doing the most. Very, very fiery energy here. We starting off with a bang. Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands and the 7 of Wands. I feel you guys have really had your defenses up. Every pile so far has been really defensive, and what have y'all been going through? That's all I want to know. Okay, anyway. you guys have been feeling very defensive of, I think, a project or a passion that you have. Like, there's something you've really been wanting to do, something you've been working really hard at. It's probably, I'm not sure if it's a creative project or if it's just like a passion, just something. You've been really working towards building and creating something, and that is really important to you, that you hold really like dear and near to your heart. You know, it's something that's really important to you. And you've been really defensive of it because you have this vision for where you want it to go. You have this vision for the direction you'd like it to take. You just, you know what you want to do with it, and you know how much potential it holds, and you really don't want to mess it up, you know, or you don't want to let someone else in and let them mess it up. I'm seeing that especially with like just the Seven of Wands energy. It's a very defensive energy, but I think with the Tower here, I think you've been trying to avoid like a Tower moment with it, but I think with the Tower here, you're gonna be putting your defenses down a little bit, learning to just let your guard down. I think that you're gonna have to do it, or you're going to choose to do it. Either way, your defenses are going to be put to rest with the Four of Swords here in the Tower. You could have Aries, Sag, Cancer, Pisces, Cancer, but like definitely strong Aries, Scorpio, strong fire sign and Scorpio energy here. Okay. But you've been very defensive of it because you're really passionate and you care a lot about it. But this, I think putting too much expectation on it is kind of stopping it from making the progress that you want it to make. Like, I'm not like overthinking necessarily, but more like, this is where it needs to be. These are like just having a lot of expectations for where it'll go, and expectations for like what you will do, and like just too many expectations, or like maybe not putting in too much effort, maybe overworking yourself in an effort to really secure this, and also not really sharing, like expressing to others what you're doing, which can be good sometimes because you never know. You know, the evil eye is strong. You never know, like what'll happen. You never know how people feel about things, and like sometimes people can send the evil eye without even realizing they're doing it. So sometimes it's good to keep things to yourself. But I think you're gonna be letting your guard down and like allowing yourself to put yourself out there more and relaxing a little bit. You know, if you've been putting, I do also see that you've been putting a lot of expectations on yourself, and that has been weighing you down. And it's necessary for you to take time to rest and to recuperate and to like get back, like rebalance yourself, because it's really easy to like be so so it's really important to have that balance within yourself, because I'm trying to think of how to say this. It's possible to overwork your manifestations and then like keep them from coming in. You know what I mean? Like by doing too much, by not resting, by not recuperating, by not like taking time to like feel out the situation, feel out how you feel, see how things go, by not taking those breaks, by not allowing space within things, you can prevent them from coming in. And so either a Tower moment has happened or one will happen where you have to take a step back and relax and get into this like very feminine energy of receptivity and listening and waiting and watching and allowing for space. And that doesn't, listen, people call masculine energy, see, I'm using these terms, but I'm talking about like, it's like, they have very little to do with like your actual, I think in an energetic sense they don't have much to do with your actual like gender presentation at all, you know, or like who you are, whether you're like man, woman, like within the spectrum of non-binary, whatever. But anyway, it's really important to have that balance, because if you are constantly doing, then you don't have time to see what's happening and like be receptive and then shift and like change things when you need to. And then you get so stuck in that. And then you're like, why is nothing happening? But you're also not allowing room for the universe to work, you know, because you have to be in a receptive energy in order to receive the manifestations, in order to receive the in order to reap the rewards of the effort that you have put in. You have to be in a receptive energy. And that is why this tower moment is happening, to make you, I think this is my pile, oh my god, anyway, you have to just learn how to sit back and relax. Like I was yesterday, my ancestors said to me, they said all you got to do is sit there and look pretty, and sit there, look pretty, and just like accept what's being given to you, you know. That's what you guys are needing to do. Take, like, you did your work, you put in your effort, you did what you were supposed to do. Now all you have to do is sit back, sit in your high priestess, sit in the feminine energy, sit there, look pretty, keep doing what you're doing, but be receptive. Let yourself rest, let yourself recuperate, listen to your body, listen to your surroundings, keep an eye out, and like just let the blessings flow in for you. Let the opportunities flow in for you. This is the Ace of Pentacles. It's a card of opportunities, of blessings, of material gain. So like if this is in regards to like a career opportunity, you've done the work. Let it come in. It could be anything though. Anything solid, stable. Like this is the time for your manifestations to your manifestations are grounding themselves in reality, but for them to do that, you need to take a step back. Just take a step back, you know. And it's probably really difficult to do that. Like you're used to like having to like constantly do like so used to being in that like doing energy, that just letting things happen can be really difficult to it can be really difficult to shift into that. But yeah, now's the time for you to relax. And with this eclipse, that's you're going to be having blessings on blessings coming in for you, okay? And so I'm going to get some clarifying cards, get some more information on these things, what's happening, what's coming, using the Prisma Visions tarot deck. I love this deck. Three of Cups. Five of Wands. Eight of Swords. Four of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. And the Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. All right, so this is, again, this is big. Sit back and let the blessings come in. For some of you, so these things you've been manifesting, friendship, that's a big one here, is friendship. Like real soul connections with people that resonate with you, with your group of people. you know, like with like your soul family, with people that really resonate with you. That's something you've been trying to manifest. Also, fun experiences, like things you enjoy doing, like excitement, like you've been really trying to bring in like just some fun times, some things that like bring you joy. um Actually, let me get another one on this with the Three of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. And also, you've just been putting in a lot of work on yourself and on life, and like in your life, period. Like you've just been putting in all, you've just been doing the work. Okay. Like very enthusiastically doing the work, but now we just gotta let the people come to you, let the things come to you, like just let it happen. Like let the opportunities show themselves. Like, yeah. um and again, you've been in this really defensive, not like, yeah, very defensive energy, Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands, but a lot of this is like being in this, okay, so like being in this very defensive energy, it's kind of like I was saying earlier, it like keeps your manifestations from coming in, because it's like you're fighting against the universe, you know. And both you and the universe have the same goals, like you want the same thing, like they want to give you what you want, they want to provide your manifestations for you because you deserve them, and because like it's what is meant for you, like they want you to be on your path, so they're trying to like give you all these things, you hear. um with the I'm getting that especially with the Five of Wands, because the Five of Wands, like all these people, they all look the same, all these people are the same. And they're fighting each other, but they have the same goals, they have these same intentions, right? And so it's like the universe wants to give you all of this, but by you being so defensive, it's like you're fighting it, you know. By you putting it so, like you overworking it is you fighting it. Okay, and that's why you need to take a step back. And I feel like you've been really anxious, like what if it never, like with the Eight of Swords, what if it never comes in, what if I don't get what I want, what if I haven't been doing enough, like things have been so hard up till now, why would things suddenly be easier, like I don't understand, like it's obviously a trap, right? um but that's one of the things that you need to let go of, is all that anxiety. You don't need to worry anymore. And I know it can be hard to like believe that and to like listen to that and actually like stop being anxious, because you can't just turn off anxiety. Anxiety isn't just like, it's not just a switch that you can flip, you know. But it's something that you could work on, you know. Sit like take Instead of focusing all that energy towards like what if my manifestations don't come in, like take that time to sit with yourself with on this eclipse and in the days around it. Take that time to sit with yourself and just figure out the root of that anxiety, you know, like why am I so afraid, you know. And it could be because like, oh, things have been so hard up until now, but think about it, you have been able to get to where you are now, like you have made it through every single obstacle that you've crossed, so you are one incredibly resilient and incredibly like hardworking, and like so the universe always has your back for you to have made it until now, despite all the difficulties that you've had to face. You have made it. You did it. You are here. You have done it. Okay. And so, because of that, you need to have more faith in yourself, more faith in the universe, to have faith in yourself and the universe to always have your back and to always catch you, you know? And for some of you, that may be what the anxiety is. You're worried that like things aren't going to work out, but you don't have to worry, because the universe has your back, period. And it's the same thing here with the Four of Pentacles on the Four of Swords. It's like you take this time to rest, to recuperate, and to figure out why you're clinging so hard to what it's like you've worked so hard to get what you have that you are so afraid to like release that grip, to let things come in, because the Four of Pentacles is very much an energy of lack. It's an energy of not feeling like you have enough, and so you're holding on to what you have very tightly because you've worked so hard to get it, and you've worked so hard to build it up to where it is. But guess what? There's 6 more pentacles to come. There are 10 pentacles, and you're holding on to these 4 pentacles when you could have 6 more pentacles. let those go, or at least release the grip on them, because there's more. There's like, you can more than double what you have now. The abundance waiting for you is more than you could, more than what you could ever imagine, and more than what you have, what you have, like way more than what you have right now. Abundance, not just in money, abundance in love, abundance, like, I mean, like all kinds of love. So like self-love, abundance, and like platonic love, just like, there is so much more abundance than what you have right now, that all you have to do to get it is let go. Why are you clinging so hard to things that no longer serve you? Be willing to let go of things that don't serve you so that you can upgrade. They're trying to upgrade you. You know, trying to raise you up, trying to get you to where you need to be, trying to like align you with the things that are meant for you. Because guess what? You've already done all the work that you need to do, and right now all you have to do is sit there, look pretty, and take it in. And I think with the Seven of Swords here, the Seven of Swords here is giving me a couple of messages. One, planning. Like, as things pop up, let yourself plan. Feel it out. Figure out what moves you're going to make in the future, you know? Figure out how to work smarter. Money moves, okay? But also, it's a time to like really reflect and figure out what parts of yourself you are not necessarily like paying enough attention to, like what aspects of yourself you may be hiding. And it's a good time to I had another one. Hold on. Good time to get yourself in order. And what was my other one? For some of these things that are happening, you don't need to share it with everybody. Keep some of this to yourself. And I know some of you may feel like you're like hiding things, or being secret, or like being like, I don't know, just like being sneaky, or like feel like maybe you're doing someone wrong by not sharing. But like, you don't have to share everything. Okay, that's one of the things coming through. You got to keep some of this to yourself with the Seven of Swords and the High Priestess. Keep some of it to yourself. Don't share. Don't put all your cards on the table, because that could in some way sabotage what's coming in. And also, by not working on these anxieties and these fears and not learning how to let go, that can also self-sabotage. You can't, okay, here's the thing. You can't miss things that are meant for you, but you can delay them. So like, just learn to relax and let it in. And definitely keep some of this to yourself. And these are blessings. These are gifts from your spiritual team, from the universe, the Six of Cups here. These are like gifts of abundance and happiness and just so much fulfillment. You're gonna be so surprised by everything that comes in for you, okay? And now I'm gonna get some, and they're not gonna tell me everything because it's a surprise. Yes? That's my cat. He's yelling at me. I don't know what he wants. I'm going to pull some cards from the Thoth deck for you. Get more information, and then I will go to the Rumi Oracle. Oh, you can also be life path 6. You got 6 cards. It's the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah. The World. Wow. Let me move this over so you can see a little. Actually, I'll just move it up. The World. That's too many cards. Oh. It's the Magician. It's on the floor. Magician. Page of Wands. That's the second time. The Hangman. Ten of Swords. Ace of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. Top of the deck is the Six of Wands. Okay. So you are entering into a completely new phase with this eclipse. Completely new. Completely new. We have the end, we have the Universe, which is the end, and we have the Magician, which is a beginning. Well, it's not at the very start, but a whole new world coming in for you, and it's a whole new world that you have manifested for yourself, and it's great. More signs: Virgo, Gemini, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Pisces, Mars, and Gemini. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, a whole new world that you've manifested for yourself, and I think you're gonna be feeling very capable as these things come in. And I also think it's really important for you to like realize that you don't have to fight this, because one, you brought this in, and two, you are more than capable of handling what is being given to you. More than capable. You might have issues with feeling unworthy, or feeling like you're not good enough for the opportunities that come your way, or like you're unprepared. But don't worry, you are fully prepared, you're ready for it, okay? And with the Page of Wands here on the Eight of Swords and the I think you feel very, maybe you feel like very babyish, like you haven't done enough. Like, Page of Wands is a very exciting, very like fun energy, but it's also very young energy. I think you may be feeling that way, and you may be feeling unprepared, and that has you like very worried about whether or not you're good enough, and that helps, and that is part of what has contributed to all of these like all of this clinging to what's here, all of this like worry. I think part of this is also like these feelings come from you not having experienced enough in the world. I'm not saying like you're prepared for what's coming in, but you also haven't seen enough for you to like fully grasp how real this is, if that makes sense. It's like you're very like it's like being really naive, not really being able to see the full range of possibilities for you, you know, like you don't even know because you haven't seen enough, because you haven't grown enough, not grown enough, you haven't seen enough of the world for you to like fully know. And so it's like, I can't believe this doesn't sound right, this seems wrong. You know. Yeah. And there's more like with the Hangman here especially, it's really pushing more of this like making sure you are sitting in yourself, sitting in your energy, relaxing, like getting like taking care of yourself, really trying to like shift your perspective and like get your energy more in line with the things that are happening for you. You know, really trying to make sure you have that balance. The Hangman is someone who, okay, so this is an Ankh here, and the Ankh is like representative of the soul, you know, and so it's like you are taking this time to realign your soul and to reconnect with your soul in a way that is very balanced and in line with the energies of the world. So in order to feel that way, I was talking about masculine and feminine energies. Feminine energy flows very easily through the 3D world. When feminine energy is being really receptive and allows itself to sit in those like lower chakras, it flows very seamlessly and easily using intuition and receptivity. Using those energies, it's able to flow with the energies of things very easily, which allows them to receive. And so that's something that you're being instructed to work on. With the Ten of Swords, on the Seven of Swords, and the High Priestess, it's emphasizing even more. This is a warning. Please keep some of this stuff to yourself. Do not talk too much. Don't share too much. Keep it to yourself. Just keep a lid on it. That's really important here. You cannot share everything. And you might feel bad about it, but like it's necessary for you to hold it for these things to happen the way that they are. Okay? Not people don't need to know about everything that's happening. Okay? You don't need to share everything. Keep it to yourself. Because that could, sharing too much, I'm not going to say it could ruin it. Or at least make things take way longer than they need to. Yeah, that's all that this Ten of Swords is about. It's not saying that like there's anything happening, but just make sure that you keep it to yourself. That's all you need to do. And a lot of these things are going to be coming in, like with the Ace of Swords, very quickly and through communication. You know, like I think specifically through like text messages from people. Maybe some emails, but I'm thinking mostly text messages, occasional phone calls. And you might start seeing some of these come in at the very beginning of June as well, because like eclipse season is like all summer. Not all summer, it's like through Gemini season. The very beginning of June, I think, is when a lot of these are going to like really start coming in quickly. I think it's gonna like start off slow and like, but just feel it out, okay? Feel it out, keep it to yourself. Now, I'm going to pull for you a Rumi oracle, and then I will read from the book. Also with this keeping things to yourself, the thing is like even if people don't have intentionally malicious intentions, that was a lot of intention. Anyway, even if people don't have like malicious intentions, people can still send the evil eye your way. There's just through like jealousy or through fear or like all of these things. Most of the time, like people will say like, oh, so and so hexed me or whatever. That most of the time it's not intentional. If people are sending negative energy your way, sometimes it's just jealousy. Sometimes you can send it to yourself, you know, or a lot of times it really is just jealousy, you know, or like people wanting what you have. And so be aware that sometimes this isn't people like intentionally sending this energy your way, but you should still keep it to yourself. Keep your like if you haven't been upping your spiritual protection game, up it a little, like do it, up it a little bit more. work on protecting yourself a little bit more. Now, again, not because I think anyone is like doing anything bad or like trying to harm you or trying to send negative energy your way, just to keep energy from seeping out. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I think it'll also help you be more receptive. Moving on. They're definitely keeping this a secret, whatever it is. I also think it's because a bunch of different people will watch this video, so it's not the same for everyone, but for a lot of you, this is meant to be a surprise. The courage of your love and the right choice wants to come out, but I'm not taking it because I'm only reading one. So, the courage of your love. The right choice also came out for group 1, but this message is completely different from group 1. So number 38. Love is without reason. Rationality is like a cane. Judgment needs a cane because it is blind. When love arrives, thought dies in its shadow. Love is the sunrise, while thought is only a flashing light. I do not bleat at you like a sheep, for to startle you from your slumber I need to roar like a lion. You must awaken, my beloved. There is no time to waste, for the wolves are circling, hungry for sacred flesh. So I shall roar mightily, and although at first you recoil in fear, soon enough you will see the wolves. You become aware and grateful to have been thus awoken. Ah, yes, you remember that you have a precious human life to protect. You fear me no more. You thank me. You jump on my back as if you were a warrior astride in wild mount. You roar then, along with me, awakening the others as we cause the ground to rumble, disturbing even those in their deepest slumber. You, like me, are a fierce lion, not a lamb to be led to so many slaughters. The variety and opportunity for which is available in terrible abundance in our world. There is a Sufi story about a mother with her breast leaking milk. She loses her child, and once she finds him again, instantly lets him suckle for as long as he needs. A Sufi master nearby says to his students, "Do you think she would throw her baby into the fire?" And the students all say, "No, of course not." And the master replies, "Allah loves his children more than she, with enough tenderness to throw them into the fire." So it is with love. At first, as a young heart, you want to only comfort your beloved. You cannot bear the thought of pain within them, even for a moment. Your own suffering is easier than bearing the suffering of your beloved. That young heart grows wise through experience. It becomes an elder, an ancient heart tempered by grace and rendered strong with compassion. This is the great heart that can hold the suffering of the world within it, yet still find space for peace, for sweetness, for tenderness, and for rapture. That is the heart that shines with courageous love. It is willing to feel and bear all suffering without judgment, whilst gently holding it in the truth of what that suffering really is. Let me reread that. Sorry. It is willing to feel and bear all suffering without judgment, whilst gently holding it in the truth of what that suffering really is. The drying out of the mind addicted to suffering. The drying out is necessary so that love can ignite itself and transform dead wood into living fire. The drying out is a challenging and enduring process. The path of freeing the heart from the effects of the fearful mind is an initiation into great power. So many lapses will happen before the heart grows strong enough to overpower old patterns and surrender without condition or equivocation. When it is ready to surrender in such a way, the heart is free and allowed to simply be. Even the mind then, finally freed from shackles and joyfully submitting to love, declares, "Let love be, in whatever way it shall be. I can bear it, I shall take refuge in it. I shall not turn away from it, I am that love." You are an ancient one, with a heart older than the mountains. You are being asked to free yourself from the too small loves of the youthful heart, and to come to understand and accept the wisdom of your mature heart. Your mature heart is not cursed with hardness or detachment, but with compassion and tenacious devotion to the cause that is most real and matters most, the quest for life of the human soul. Your ancient heart loves the soul and will roar like the lion of love at the wolves that would casually devour it. So trust in the courage of your heart. You are not cruel, you are not hard. You are not careless, you are passion personified. You are the lion of love. You allow yourself to be the lion, not the lamb. Stand true in your own heart, cause trouble, make noise, be proud, and be mighty. Then rest. After all that savage divinity, rest and restore, for day after day you shall claim your holy lands and refuse to give them up to less noble creatures. And though you survey their manipulations and attempts to claim power with compassion, you do not underestimate them or relax your vigilance. You shall not allow for even a moment that falsehood be accepted as truth in your heart. This oracle comes with particular guidance for you. You are not to give into less than you are worth, or to the shaming stories of others of our culture that would cast your regal lion nature into the falsehood of beliefs that you have no choice or power. You are not to give into the idea that you are a victim and cannot free yourself from your suffering, or that you are less than any other. These are lies. These are petty deceptions so unworthy of you. Do not believe them. Roar at them until the weak glue holding them together melts under the fire of your holy breath, and they lie dismembered and powerless at your feet. Then intend that those bits and pieces in decay are lovingly released, returned to the Earth Mother, through whom they can be used to fertilize new life. This oracle comes with another message for you. You have a challenge before you, or that you are now moving through, but you have what is necessary to succeed and overcome it. No matter how long it has endured, or how big you have built that challenge up to be in your mind, no matter how unsolvable the issue appears to be, there is and shall be a victory behind it, and it is imminent. This oracle has come to you to let you know you are empowered to succeed. You have what is required within to do it, and that the time for your victory is drawing near. So do not give up. Instead, do the sacred honoring ritual as needed, and when you feel so inclined, open your mouth and roar love from the very depths of your being. Create a sound of truth for yourself. In that sound, you will hear the mightiest one of all roaring along with you, saying, "Yes, love, I am with you," and together we claim divine victory. So we roar how we roar. So, yeah, you guys have been through a lot. There's been a lot of difficulty in this path forward for you. You know, you've been really like working and putting in so much effort, and a lot of this was the universe's way to put you in there to really help you shed away all aspects of you that you no longer need. So this is like the final bridge to cross before like this process of resting and rejuvenating and like learning and like releasing things that you no longer need is like the final bridge to cross before everything that has been waiting for you comes in. Okay, you've been put through it to learn so many things. A lot of you may have been learning like unconditional love, self-love, self-worth, learning all of these things so that you know how, so that you can carry yourself with the dignity that you deserve. Okay, so that you remember who you are, and that you treat yourself and you behave in a way that is truly reflective of the truth of your soul and the truth of who you are as a person. Okay, all these difficulties were so that you could integrate your higher self into your lower self, so that you could be very much connected and in tune with your true self, with your soul, and so that you just become more aligned. And so now all these things are happening for you, are coming in for you, but you just need to relax, you know, rest, rejuvenate, take care of yourself. Give me a second, hold on. And look forward to everything that's coming for you, you know, like be excited, let yourself be excited. And also understand that as you're moving into this new phase, not everybody's going to be coming with you. You need to, part of this need to like be receptive and pay attention, and to like look around, look at the situations around you, so that you can decide, like as you move into this new phase, you need to figure out like, who are you bringing with you? What company would you like? Do you want to go it alone? Do you like, for a lot of you, this does involve like there will be new relationships coming in, like romantic, platonic, etc. Who do you want to bring with you? on this journey, because it's not for like you, because not every, I'm gonna be real, not everyone deserves to be there, you know. And some of this is like having the courage to show yourself the true unconditional love that you are not afraid to show others, you know. Show yourself like you have learned all of these skills, like you have learned unconditional love, you've learned self-worth. You need to learn how to apply that to yourself so you can be you can be picky. You have the ability here to pick and choose how things turn out, or like who you bring with you, what environment you want. Like you are going to have the ability to choose. And I think that's something that you haven't had in a while. You've been just having, like, doing things because you have to do them and not doing them because you want to do them. But now you're coming into the space where you can choose. And that's amazing. And that's why you need to be in this receptive energy. And that's also why you need to keep things to yourself. Okay? Thank you for listening. I hope it resonated. Please leave a like or a comment. Subscribe if you want. Let me know if it resonated. Thank you for listening to me talk.